My name is Arthur Peterson, and I am a quality assurance inspector for California Department of Transportation.
And you work for?
I work for as a consultant with Alta Vista Solutions.
Tell me how long you've been here.
I've been in Shanghai, China since June of 2010. Before that, I was with American Bridge for 1 year and 4 months, and then I transitioned over to Caltrans and went to Sapporo, Japan for one year and 4 months.
Tell me where you grew up.
I was raised in northeastern part of the United States in Pennsylvania, a little small town called Morrisville, Pennsylvania, pretty close to where George Washington crossed the bridge, in Delaware River.
Pretty close to U.S. Steel.
Yes, pretty close to U.S. Steel. Actually, my father worked at U.S. Steel. So he was a foreman for 25 years there. And my mom was a teacher for 23 years. So my mom was raised in Trenton, New Jersey, and my dad was raised in outside of South Philadelphia area.
I didn't know until recently that American Bridge used to be wholly owned by U.S. Steel.
That's right. That's correct. Yeah.
When did that change?
I believe in the early, I want to say the early 80s, I think, or maybe 90s. It was switched over.
So when your dad worked for it, was it a subsidiary of U.S. Steel?
Yes, it was a subsidiary of U.S. Steel. Correct.
You remember what stories did he do? What did he do for U.S. Steel?
He was basically a supervisor there for on the production line of all the steel making processes there. So he was like I said, he had 25 years experience there at U.S. Steel, and then he retired in 1995.
Did he ever make bridges?
Oh yeah, well mainly the main steel, the plates, real thick plates that were a lot for the bridges and across the United States. So various bridge projects and a lot of different buildings and structures that he was part of in the steel making process, as far as for all the buildings and bridges and a lot of infrastructure for the United States.
Is he still alive?
No, he passed away in 1999. So,
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
How would he feel about the fact that this steel for the bridge is being made in China?
I feel that the steel in China is as the quality is as good, if not better, as the United States. It's at least as good. So I have a confidence in the steel making process that the Chinese do.
How would your dad feel about it?
My dad would feel that he may have a little heartburn with it being over in China, but he would understand the economic situation is what we're going to, the economy and everything, and how it's sometimes it's better to have it done overseas than in the United States. So he would have heartburn, but he would understand for the most part. So this is the component right here. This is the grillage, tower grillage. Oh, I'm sorry, the east saddle grillage at the OBG east end of the bridge. And what I'll do is I'll go up and monitor the fit up and the welding as it's going on during the course of the day, and make sure that it's within the weld procedure specifications that are basically outlined on this wall. Okay, and those are the procedures that the welders will set their machines at in the morning. Okay, and then quality control for ZPMC will make sure that all the electrodes were pulled out of the rod storage, and at the start of the day they'll document the times, and then the welder will set his machine and he'll start to do the welding of these east saddle grillage plates.
And you go out to check it how often?
We check it once in the morning, and then we'll check it along the course of the day, and then in the afternoon before the welding stops we'll come out. And if we're not here, usually we do a full-time inspection, so we're here, but I monitor it in the morning, in the afternoon, and at the end of the shift to make sure that the welder stayed within the requirements and the weld procedure specifications. This happens to be a deck panel for lift 14.
You've worked on bridges all over the world?
Yes, I've worked on bridges over the last 10 to 15 years. And I've been part of Brazil, traveled to Bridge, worked on the west span of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. I worked in the state of Oregon for the Coronado Bridge in San Diego. I did the temporary bypass structure in China in 2003, and then also I worked on some components in Montreal, Canada, for the expansion joints for the temporary bypass structure on the west span of the Bay Bridge.
How's it going?
Or the east span, I'm sorry.
Been living with the Bay Bridge project for quite a while, though.
Yes, I have. The Bay Bridge project for the last 8 years.
And do you have wife and kids?
I have a wife and I have a daughter, one daughter.
And are they here?
My wife is here. My daughter is currently attending college. My wife has adapted well. It took her a while, but she's adapted to the food and the language and the Chinese nationals and how they do things.
I was going to ask, how's your wife doing about your daughter?
She's adjusting. They have webcams, so they communicate through Skype, and so it's not that bad.
So I take it you've learned some Chinese?
Oh yes, I've learned a little bit of Chinese.
Can you say something for us?
Ni hao ma, hen hao, xie xie is some words like hi, how are you? Thank you very much. I know my numbers, the Chinese numbers, and know my directions when I'm traveling around Shanghai to get from one location to the other. Maximum inner pass temperature is 230 C. He's already melted here, okay? So he's got to allow that weld to cool before he can resume the welding. You can verify max inner pass 230, okay? So please inform him. I have the assurances that when this bridge leaves here, that it will be a bridge that will be remembered, and it will be a magnificent structure for the state of California, and everybody in the state of California should be proud to be going over this bridge, and to be a very beautiful bridge once it's all built.